Welcome back, True Seeker. It is Friday, February 3rd, 2023. Another broadcast from the United States of Amnesia. And of course, last night, what took over the television waves out of the 41st state, Montana, the Chinese spy balloon. And as per always, it's news by the numbers. To see through the rituals that go on each day, you must know the code that is used every day to contrive the propaganda that keeps people's heads looking this way, now that way. Who can even remember the name of Tyree Nichols? But anyhow, why the 41st state? If you didn't know, Montana is the 41st state in order of statehood. R.I.P. to Dwight Clark, who died in Montana by the numbers. But anyway, Montana's the 41st state, and in the language that the news is scripted with, spy balloon equals 41. A Chinese spy balloon spotted in Montana. And funny enough, it's gone from Montana to Kansas City. Right before the Super Bowl. And again, when you think Montana, you think Super Bowl because you think the greatest Super Bowl quarterback there ever was, Joe Montana, who never lost in the big game, and who went from the 49ers in San Francisco, where the world's biggest Chinese population is outside of mainland China, to Kansas City, where the spy balloon now is on day 2 of the coverage. They just skipped over all the other states it passed through. We've gone from Montana to Kansas City right before the Super Bowl. And if you're new here, we talk about 41 with the Super Bowl every year. Patrick Mahomes just got his 41st career home win in Kansas City to advance to the Super Bowl. He put the only Super Bowl away he won with his 41st pass. That was the Joe Montana Bowl, Super Bowl 54, where Joe Montana's 54. The Eagles, they won their only Super Bowl with 41 points. Now they got 41-year-old Nick Sirianni, who's their coach. But anyhow, the spy balloon story from Montana to Kansas City. And if you are new here, the way you get this value for Super Bowl and spy balloon is by just taking the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. So A is 1 up to Z is 26, but as you can say, it says Z is worth 8. That's because the numerology of 26 is 2 plus 6 is 8. Just like the Y is the 25th letter, the numerology of 25 is 2 plus 5 is 7, thus Y is 7. You just do that with each letter, make it a single-digit number, and then add up the words. Now, interestingly enough, there are 4 base ciphers. It's the alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order, and then both orders with numerology. I just want you to see how spy balloon and Super Bowl overlap. They are the exact same in 3 out of the 4 ciphers. 131 with the alphabetic order, 41 with numerology, and 49 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology. Here we're talking about Joe Montana, the lifelong 49er, until he went to Kansas City, where the spy balloon now is. You might notice that Super Bowl's also 112. So is Chiefs. And funny enough, the Chiefs and the Niners played each other 112 days before the Super Bowl this year. They also had a ritual like that when they met in Super Bowl 54, which again was the Joe Montana Bowl, where Joe Montana's 54. And they're calling this a surveillance balloon. They're also using that terminology, surveillance balloon. Notice it also has the 112 as well as the 212. The date of the Super Bowl, February 12th. Jalen Hurts' full name, 212. Joe Burrow's full name, 213. Last year he was in the Super Bowl on 213 and got the L. But anyhow, the Chinese spy balloon going from Montana to Kansas City, and the news right before the Super Bowl. Keep in mind, yesterday was the 33rd day of the year, right? The abbreviation for Montana is MT. MT 33, 33rd day of the year. And now today, the Pentagon's revealing that they became aware of this spy balloon actually the day before the news broke on the 32nd day of the year. And just for the record, that's a big number at the NFL. NFL 32 teams like America. A crisis for America. A Chinese spy balloon above Montana. Xi Jinping must have wanted a free ticket to Glacier National Park. Is it true the glaciers melted? Okay, here's what else stands out about this. So, The news broke on the 33rd day of the year yesterday, 133 days before Xi Jinping's birthday, the president of China. Make that the 7th president of China. Another big number with football since a touchdown and an extra point, 7 points. But 133 days from his birthday, president's 133. Keep in mind the word government's also 133. In this nation, the president lives in the White House, another 133. And you know what? While we're at it with the whole football connection, football 133. You know, it's funny when I was first doing this post, but before the news broke about it being in Kansas City, I was like, are they doing some kind of Super Bowl tribute here with this? And then when I saw that the new news is that it's in Kansas City, I was like, okay, this is some kind of Super Bowl joke. Again, the news and sports are all rigged and scripted. They're all themed together. It's riddle after riddle. For the record, Joe Montana's last season in the NFL was 94. That's back when Bill Clinton was in office. And then he got a lot of bad press that year for supposedly selling the nuclear secret to China around that same time. So they say Montana, just like the Dakotas, have a lot of the nuclear silos. There's probably something about that as well. There's probably a Bill Clinton joke in here. But, because that's what it is. For all the people who do not get it, for all the people who think that all this stuff's a coincidence, understand, you guys are just low-level lemmings, not enough IQ points to see what's going on every single day. All of this stuff is riddle, joke, mockery. I mean, what's even the point of telling us the news? So the Pentagon official can get up there and go like, that's classified information. The only thing you have to know is that there's a balloon in the sky from China. Yes, we're sure it's a Chinese balloon. Yes, it does have the ability to steer itself. Is it steering itself? That's classified information. You have the right as an American to look up through your binoculars and see if you can spot the balloon. Everything else is classified information. It's like there's no point in knowing any of this information ever. It's just crap every day in the news, yet everyone just like hears it and like, oh my god, can you believe there's a Chinese balloon in the sky? Oh my god. Think we can see it from here? Who's Tyree Nichols? That was last week. By the way, it's Wear Red Day. See how the red team's doing the NBA today. College basketball. Watch out for red. And you think there's an axiom about that? It's all about China today on Wear Red Day. And look it up if you guys didn't know. It is a real thing. Today is Wear Red Day. For the record, the only all-red Super Bowl was the Joe Montana Bowl. You see how red's 27? The AFC and NFC became tied at 27 games apiece. It was also Super Bowl 54, the first all-red Super Bowl, the Joe Montana Bowl. Now we got Big Red flying above the skies of Montana on their way to Kansas City. Okay. So anyway, 133 days before Xi Jinping's birthday, and now Anthony Blinken has canceled his diplomatic visit to China. I was just talking about 77 and Anthony Blinken over the weekend with what they did with Israel bombing Iran with the drone. In Gematria, surveillance balloon, Chinese spy balloon, how they're also calling it Anthony John Blinken, all 77. Remember, when you run it the other way, United States and Secret Society are 77. Never forget what they did with Flight 77, hitting the 77-foot tall Pentagon 77 minutes after it took off on 9/11, where Pentagon construction began on 9/11. I saw somebody pointed that today's, or this spy balloon thing is 1,109 weeks after the Patriot Act. Remember, 9/11 was all about the 77. But, and again, 9/11 brought us a surveillance state. Now we've got a surveillance balloon above the country. But is it even a country? Are we a sovereign nation? Or is this the New World Order? We know the answer to that question. Of course, it's the New World Order. Anyhow, if you missed what I covered over the weekend with all the 77 with Israel bombing Iran, the attack on the attack on Iran by Israel was right after the U.S. and Israel did a military drill called Juniper Oak. But the attack came 77 days after Biden's birthday, whose office is in D.C. on the 77th meridian. But again, 77 days after his birthday, United States, Judaism, Zionist, they all equal 77, like Anthony John Blinken. Then Blinken arrives in Israel after the attack 77 days before his birthday. And now we have another diplomatic thing with Anthony Blinken with the surveillance balloon. You know, the other 77 ritual was just days ago. Probably too many days ago for the United States amnesia to remember, but it happened. I'm telling you. So that was that. And again, here we are now with the spy balloon in the 41st state, Montana. Nobody spotted it over. I'm assuming it came through Washington and passed over Idaho. Who knows? Maybe it actually went through Canada. Maybe it went through Vancouver, BC. Who knows? Maybe it's not even really up there. Who knows? But with regards to them saying they actually caught it on Wednesday, the February 1st, that would have been 134 days before Xi Jinping's birthday. And part of the speculation from the federal government was that maybe China was scoping out the Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana. Well, go figure that it has a gematria of 134. Go figure. Go figure. It was established in 42, that crucial year to the world wars. All these rumors of world war. Could Russia and China ally against the U.S. with Iran? All right, so just for a little bit more, Joe Montana. Joe Montana, born June 11th. R.I.P. to Dwight Clark, who died right around his birthday a couple of years ago in Montana. Again, he caught that famous pass from Joe. But anyhow, from his birthday to today where it's now in Kansas City, is exactly 34 weeks into his age. On the 34th day of the year, the big star quarterback right now in Kansas City's Mahomes. 34 years ago was Super Bowl 23, where the 49ers beat the Bengals, who both just exited in the conference championship after winning a week earlier on the divisional round on the anniversary of the Super Bowl 23 date. They did that a year ago as well. A year ago, they scheduled both teams for the Super Bowl 23 anniversary, and they both won. 2 years in a row, they've done the same thing. But Super Bowl 23, where Joe Montana beat the Bengals, was 34 years ago. 49ers does have that gematria of 34. And just to put Spy Balloon back up here, it's also 139, which is the 34th prime. Notice how it's 139.49 like America. It was also 131, the 32nd prime, which goes with America. And just to put Spy Balloon up here again, we covered the 41 heavily, with Montana being the 41st state, the Super Bowl number. And USA is also 41. So what a distraction for the US. What's a clown show without balloons? Okay, so that's the flight path it's taken. Seems like the wind must have been blowing just that way for it to get there. The military won't explain it, though. It's classified information. But yeah, what are the odds that it goes from Montana to Kansas City and it's right before the Super Bowl and all the gematria is just so perfect? So, again, just to recap, Montana played for San Francisco, home of the world's biggest Chinese population outside of mainland China. Then he went to Kansas City, and now the balloon's gone from Montana to Kansas City by the numbers. Okay, in other coincidental news, I love this CNN headline: strong jobs report may cause complications for the Fed. Meanwhile, in reality, everyone's still short workers, but here we go. Shocking, astonishing, remarkable. We're running out of adjectives to describe how stunning this jobs report was. Here are some highlights. I love how they start it with a bang. America's unemployment rate fell to 3.4%. What's today? The 34th day of the year? Okay, on the 34th day of the year, the lowest unemployment rate since the moon landing. And that's one of the things they've been saying with the balloon too. It kind of looks like the moon in the sky. It's just like, come on, man. Okay, I don't even want to talk anymore about the jobs report. What more is there to say? 3.4%. I suppose if we just killed everybody, we could have 0% unemployment and a new American high. Okay. The three missing rappers in New Jersey who disappeared from Lounge 31. I did talk to the people at Lounge 31. They said they were going to send me the video footage. It has not shown up. That doesn't mean they didn't send it. I'm guessing that guy sounded real sincere about sending it, like he wanted to clear his name. I'm guessing he tried to send it to me, and it was too big of a file, and it rejected, like so many things do with email. If the file's too big, it doesn't come through, which happens all the time with video. But just from talking to the guy over the phone, I got the idea that he seemed very sincere, and highly annoyed about how the media trying to frame his Lounge 31 as being responsible. Remember, CNN saved the story of these missing rappers. There's 3 of them. 2 of them are 31 years old. They disappeared from Lounge 31, but the media saved the story. CNN made it a front page headline on the 31st of the month. And I said, here's a little prep for Black History Month. You know these guys are going to be found dead. And, that you could almost rename Black History Month. You were black, now you're a part of history because you're dead month. Always these kind of rituals. We were talking about this yesterday with the New Jersey woman dead at 30, Eustace, whose name equals 30, like slavery and so many other things connected to black history. But on the 33rd day of the year, the police found the 3 rappers who disappeared from Lounge 31. And here, again, out of these 4 ciphers, the most important one's the dark blue one. Police, secrecy, masonry, order, federal, Lounge 31. They're all 33. And they were last seen at Lounge 31. CNN saves the news for the 31st. And now on the 33rd day of the year, this headline broke yesterday. Yesterday was the 33rd day of the year. The 3 men found dead. And other things that fit in, Highland Park, where their bodies were found, has the gematria 64 like kill, 62 like Mason. Kind of like how March 3rd is the 62nd day of the year, but also like sacrifice when spelled correctly. So RIP to those men. And again, who knows what really happened, but the thing that's not surprising is the police finding the bodies on the 33rd day of the year. A reminder of the song by the band The Police, Murder by Numbers, where killing is the sport of the authority, and it's as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. Also in the news, the Michael Myers actor, George P. Wilbur, is dead. Shout out to Green Arrow for tipping me off to this. Notice the name he went by, George P. Wilbur, just like Michael Myers. 193, the 44th prime, kills 44. 67, like the word killer is 67. And just to remind you, somebody pointed this out too. There's other things that are interesting about the name Michael Myers for sure. Let me just plug it in here, Michael Myers. Michael Myers. 131's kind of like Halloween, right? 59, the word kill in Jewish gematria is 59. But in the English extended cipher, which Derek's renamed standard, whoops, I hit the wrong button. Michael Myers in that cipher is 1031, like how we write Halloween, 1031. And you might have noticed Halloween in the most pure cipher is 41, like 10 plus 31 is 41. And George P. Wilbur was born in the year 41. The famous Michael Myers actor, born in 41. And they did save this news for the day after his death. The news broke yesterday on the 33rd day of the year. Remember, the only month that equals 33 is October, and the name Michael's also 33. So they saved the news for the 33rd day of the year. Again, the New Jersey councilwoman murdered on the first day of Black History Month. Her name, Eunice Dwumfor. Again, just Eunice alone is 30 in the most pure cipher. Again, most of the work we do comes back to that cipher. Eunice, again, words like slavery, Tuskegee, Martin, Malcolm X, Huxtable. There's a long list of them, including, again, Eunice, murdered at age 30. But the other thing that really stands out at her name is her last name, Dwumfor, with the number 4 in it, when 4 is the number of death. So, R.I.P. to this woman. Yeah, I'm sure eventually they'll have a follow-up. But stuff like this every single year when Black History Month rolls around. Just unexplained killings. And I did cover this yesterday, but in case you missed it, I just want to make sure people see this. Sports Illustrated put out an article on January 31st highlighting that 44 current or former NFL players age 50 or younger have dropped dead since the start of 2021 when the jabs began. And again, Pfizer, Warp Speed, military, execution, kill, they all have that Gematria 44. Ask yourself, why did Sports Illustrated wait until 44 people had died to write that? We know the answer. And again, if you missed this, I covered this in real time during TFR, but we've been talking about how the George Santos story is a tribute to the Synagogue of Satan, and that's why it was coming at the end of 2022 and would surely be an ongoing story through 2023 when he would become a freshman in Congress. And before I even knew that because this is a new recent detail, that his real name is actually Anthony DeVolder. And again, Anthony DeVolder, 223. Just unbelievable, right? Philadelphia equals 223. Who's in the Super Bowl in this year. But again, the letter's written to the Church of Philadelphia about the Synagogue of Satan, those who claim to be Jews but are not. And, I just love to get to the bottom of who's behind the whole George Santos thing. It's another big joke on the people. Again, a nobody loser liar doesn't just climb to join Congress. It's like you got to have big money to become part of Congress. Somebody's behind this guy. Somebody had him change his name to set up this ritual for this story that, again, is a mockery on the people. It's a reminder that pretty much all politicians are lawyers, but this guy's like the most severe case there ever was. Everything about him, right, is a lie. Job resume, everything on it's a lie. Education, everything on it's a lie. The guy, all these stories is coming out of the woodwork. He steals money from military funds to help poor vet with his dying dog. I mean, just everything about this guy is evil. And then his new name, George Santos, has the Gematria 55 like Satan, going with the Synagogue of Satan theme. But yeah, it's why everybody in the truth community should be talking about this knowledge. It proves itself in spades every single day. It helps you see through every BS headline that so many people occupy themselves with. And for some reason, people just continue to ignore the subject. Mafia boss found working as pizza boss after 16 years on the run. I just already see the joke. You see how mafia equals 33? So does pizza. 33. When you spell out 16 as a word, it's also 33. I mean, come on, man. There's only two numbers I know that when you write out sum to 33, the other one's 90. 90 and 16 equal 33. Mafia boss working in the pizza shop for 16 years. Okay. Bodies found in an apartment building identified as 3 Michigan rappers. Yeah, we covered that one. I'm just seeing if there's any other news breaking that I should be covering. The Dow's hovering right around 34,000 points on the 34th day of the year. 41 last-minute gifts that will definitely arrive before Valentine's Day. Is a spy balloon on there? Okay. Yeah, I think we hit all the main points. If you guys missed yesterday's streams, which seemingly everyone did, I woke up and there were 500 requests for me to cover the Arian Foster story. I'm like, how's this even possible? Like, how does still no one know how to, click on a channel and check if they've covered a subject? You think after all the censorship, people would figure out how to check. Again, you guys, for those who don't know, when you go to a YouTube channel like mine, they've divided up into videos, shorts, and live. And, did the live stream on the deaths parallels between Randy Savage and his brother, who was just announced dead yesterday, Lanny and Randy Poffo. Randy Savage died at age 58. His brother died 58 days before WrestleMania. Their surname, Poffo, equals 58, like Freemasonry, like Secret Society. And again, the video that everyone's asking me to cover is right here. Challenge to Arian Foster and macrodosing. Is the NFL rigged? So, wonder what kind of views we would get if subscribers actually got notifications and the channel had been deleted 20-some times and there wasn't an algorithm burial. Anyhow. Shout out to Nathan. Nathan, when I click the link, it says something went wrong. Yeah, I can't get it to work, the link, Nathan. You can call me up if you want and tell me what it is. And thank you also, RNC Bank. I appreciate it. Another egg producing farm caught on fire. The egg shortage wasn't already bad enough, huh? Yeah, I keep trying to get Nathan's link to work here, but it says, oops, something went wrong. I'm sure Nathan will text me. Let me check about this egg farm fire. Where'd this happen at? 100,000 chickens die in fire at Connecticut farm 2 days ago. 3 days ago. 5 days ago. Guess everybody's been copying the news at a different rate. Yeah, this is the same story. It happened on Saturday, which was January 28th. 28th day of the year. Basra, Connecticut. Yeah, it's just all the things going on just to tamper with supply chain and create all the economic conditions that people are feeling. It's crazy how expensive groceries are. Shop around, man. Find the grocery store in your community that's got the best prices, because like most stores right now are outrageous. But up here in the Pacific Northwest, there's a store called Winco. Stands for like Washington, Idaho, Northern California, Oregon, and their prices are easily the best out of all the grocery stores I'm aware of right now. Everyone else has eggs for a fortune if they even have eggs in stock, but Winco, their prices are reasonable for these times. It's only like $4 for a dozen eggs. Other stores it's like $6, $7, $8. So, see if there's anything about this town that stands out to me. The name of the town equals fire. But yeah, I'm just thinking about why, if there's any relevance to the 28th. Eggs is 70, fire is 70, Basra is 70. All those things are 70. Where the egg farm caught on fire. Probably not a coincidence. Oh yeah, you're out here enough to know now, Jonathan. Next time you're out here, now you know what Winco's all about. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me to here, just because I brought it up the other day. The Tool album that came out just before the coronavirus pandemic, Fear Inoculum, again, which means essentially fear vaccine, fear shot. Here's all the things that stand out about that. Again, Tool has the gematria of 19. They waited 13 years to put out this album. Their last album came out in 2006. But Tool, we all know COVID-19, 19 years after 9/11 and the 19 hijackers. But the album released on a date with 57 numerology. Fear Inoculum, the name of the album equals 57, like vaccine, like Bill Gates, like the Moderna stock blown up on May 7th, like Pfizer just reporting that they made $57 billion in profit last year off COVID vaccines. And the album released 79 days before the outbreak in Wuhan, China. Society of Jesus 79, kind of like how the pandemic was declared on the 79th day at Anthony Fauci being 79 years old, who was a Jesuit. The album also runs 79 minutes and 10 seconds. And the album did come out while Maynard, the frontman for Tool, was in his 56th year of life. He was approaching his 56th birthday. Getting coronavirus 56, COVID vaccine, also Society of Jesus, Anthony Fauci, a lot of things. Huge number with the pandemic. If you counted the span of days from the outbreak, it would become 80 instead of 79. Pfizer equals 80. And yeah, again, it's hard to imagine that that's a coincidence. Why are you naming your album Fear Inoculum right before like the biggest vaccination campaign in the world? And I don't know. Maybe in a way, like maybe having access to information, maybe they were subtly trying to clue people in. Maybe they're trying to tell people you want to have fear of this thing that they're about to do. You want to fear this vaccine. I don't know. Then again, when Maynard went on Joe Rogan, he was kind of going along with everything. It was just like, I don't know. Looks like somebody sold out. But yeah, Fear Inoculum. Okay. Well, I was hoping Nathan would follow up with what he tried to link there because I cannot get the link to work. Well, maybe, hold on. What if I copy it? What if I do a Control-C and a Control-V? No, the video isn't available anymore. That's what here. When I go to this is what it says, Nathan, if you're out there. The video isn't available anymore. I'm curious what he linked. Nathan's always got a good one. Yeah, thanks, Truth Vibration Podcast. All right, Nathan says, cheers from Ohio. It's my latest video on D144 about noticing the marketing itself. All right, let me put it on. Let me put it on then. All right, Nathan's channel, you guys, right here. Disambiguation 144. And let's check it out.
All right, real quick. Don't worry, this is nothing serious. Have you seen that the big New Yorker is coming back from Pizza Hut yet? Have you seen that? Because that's just about every damn ad I get to see. Like, I need a reminder that the big New Yorker is coming back from Pizza Hut. The legendary Pizza Hut. Because we need ads for these types of things. It made me think of this. I remember a long time ago, they used to do other kinds of ad campaigns. And what we're looking at now, just to clear this up, is from 1993, the 4th of July, when Pizza Hut had to have a blimp to tell everybody about their new Bigfoot pizza. Do you know what happened to that blimp on the 4th of July? It ended up crashing in Manhattan. Some might say it was a big PR stunt for marketing. Not them, though. And I bring it up because it's funny. But there goes the blimp, right? Crashing on 4th of July, 7-4. Well, why is that funny? It's because Bigfoot equals 74 in ordinal. And if you're only listening, you can't see the screen. Just think about it. You know the alphabet, right? Well, add the letters up. Add the letters up. And you'll see that it equals 74. For the rest of you guys that already know this, you got to be laughing now. A blimp crashed in Manhattan named Bigfoot on 7/4. On a holiday, which is also 7/4. And also, meanwhile, we're going to show a couple commercials here. But they also said it was legendary, right? Legend is 47. So I don't know if I should laugh or not or what. But just think about what ads actually are. Think about that. I was inspired today to make this video because I'm sick of ads. I've seen what ads do. And then here they still come every time. Like I need some kind of reminder. I don't. Let's watch some commercials. All right, speaking of big. Bigfoot, big New Yorker, big. I wonder who this guy is. You ready?
Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump. We're all cut from the same cloth, and that cloth is very, very large. It's not too big, is it? No.
Why do New Yorkers have such big mouths?
Go big or go home.
Because they eat big pizza like the big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. We're talking 40% bigger. Soft, fresh dough with all your favorite toppings. Now from just $9.95.
You gotta be losing money on this.
131166. Pizza Hut.
All right, we get it. It's big, right? Like the Big Apple, New York and all that. We get it. All right. Big. Okay, let's go to the next commercial.
Recently, an object was sighted.
It was big. Bigger than big.
Huge, large, astronomically big.
Big would be an understatement.
Very big. Huge.
Oh, God, big, huge.
When it arrives, you better not be alone. Bigfoot. From Pizza Hut. 2 square feet of pizza. 21 slices on a tasty new crust. $10.99 for up to 3 toppings. It's bigger than pizza. Bigfoot from Pizza Hut. A legendary value.
It's big, right? Like a blimp is. Blimps are very big. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of farting around here, but just think about it, man. Just look at the advertising itself. It's big. So it needs to be big. You know what else? Blimps are full of hot air, too. And, and then a blimp named Bigfoot crashed on the 4th of July. It's big. Yeah, that's all I got for now. And it's always good to look back in history and think about this kind of shit. Not that I would call this history per se, but it's always in there. You can find their admission of guilt. They know everything until they don't, and then it just creates more advertising. It's free marketing is what it is, because people are idiots. Yeah, that's about it, though. Hey, I'm still around. Yeah, that's about it. Just thanks to everybody who sticks around with us. That's all I got. I'll see you in the chat.
What it makes me think of is, again, on 7/4 in 93, Manhattan's on the 74th Meridian West, and 93 was the year of the World Trade Center bombing, right? The same day the Falling Down movie came out with Michael Douglas was the same day the World Trade Center bombing, and they talked about how had the explosives been planted correctly, they could have took down the towers, only for them to come down in 2001. But again, the 74th Meridian West, and then the blimp, an object in the sky, 7/4, nation's birthday. Yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about the blimp that, let me see the numbers on blimp. Blimp's got interesting numbers. 29 like Manhattan. A blimp down in Manhattan. So, what they call the pizza, the Big New Yorker. That's what it was advertising for when it collapsed. Interesting. Okay, but yeah, Nathan. You guys know Nathan in the chat. He's always doing great work. If you want to sub his channel, Disambiguation 144, I'll put the link in the channel for him. And thanks again, Nathan. And shout out to Jeff Young's in the chat. Kings of Thrash got up a new video. Jeff's got a killer guitar solo in the new video. I definitely checked it out this morning. Guitar solo starts right before the 3-minute mark. Whew, Jeff, man. Someday, if I retire from Gematria, I'm going to have to get some guitar lessons from you. So, all right. Kings of Thrash, you guys. The concerts start soon. Let's get the Kings of Thrash tour dates. The concert starts February 16th in Illinois. Ends on the Ides of March in Atlanta, Georgia. Right here. Joliet, Illinois. If you're out there, Jeff Young's going to be in town. He's hoping the Truth Seekers come out. Again, if anybody wants to support Jeff, resident Truth Seeker rock star. Again, Kings of Thrash. Look up the website. Right at the bottom of their page, they got all the tour dates right here. February 16th through March 15th, they're on tour in the U.S. And yeah, again, just if you're listening and not looking at the screen, Joliet, Illinois, February 16th, Minneapolis on the 17th, Madison, Wisconsin on the 19th, Indianapolis on the 20th, Columbia, Missouri on the 21st, Columbus, Ohio on the 22nd, Flint, Michigan on the 24th, Cincinnati on the 25th, Cleveland on the 27th, Warrendale, PA on the 28th, Buffalo, March 1st, Poughkeepsie, I don't even know how to say that town, New York on March 3rd, 3-3. Sayreville, New Jersey on the 4th, Harrisburg, PA on the 5th, Ardmore, PA on the 7th, New York on March 8th. Tell your drummer to be extra careful that day, Jeff. Charlottesville, VA on the 10th, Greensboro, NC on the 11th, Asheville on the 12th, Charleston on the 14th, and then again, the tour concludes in Atlanta on the Ides of March on the 15th, but I'm sure there will be more tours in more regions of the country. Again, they were out west for a little mini tour earlier this year, and yeah, these guys know how to put on a show. Trained musicians, very good at what they do. And yeah, sub the page. Get a taste of what's to come. All right, they already did one show in Atlanta, and then they'll end up there again. Okay. All right, Truth Vibration Podcast is thinking about it. Somebody says, imagine a Russia-China-America alliance. Well, it already exists. Again, all these countries are the powers of the world. They're all trade partners, and they all work together to control the people of the world. So, the alliance already exists. Just like all the nations that fought each other in the world wars, all the people up at the top, they were all in bed together. You know, just using their people for cannon fodder. So. All right, you guys, we'll leave it there for now. I'm going to try and get my mini book finished. I'm going to rewrite it. Well, I am rewriting it, but it's the millionth rewrite. Again, the goal is to keep it under 50 pages. And by the way, one more thing that was brought to my attention. I can't believe I didn't notice this sooner. I'm sure somebody was trying to tell me before and I missed the email. If you go to my website, again, you guys can download my books for free. Download ebooks for free. Just go to that link, download them. You're also welcome to buy them. And I don't know when this glitch happened. At first when this was set up, it worked properly, but at some point it got messed up. But if you buy the books, Notice when you go to the letters and numbers one and you click buy now, it'll take you to this splash page here in a second. And if you wanted to get the book and you click that, the problem is it then takes you to buy the Number Games ebook. And I don't know how this happened. But anyhow, it's wrong. If you go to this one, it takes you to the Number Games thing. So there's actually no way to purchase the Letters and Numbers book the way this is set up right now. So just download the book for free. And if you did try to buy it and it took you to the wrong thing, again, just come here and download the ebook. And you don't even have to buy the books. That's why I made the link for free for everybody to download them. But yeah, apologies for however that glitch happened. So anyway, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. And until next time.